You do not want to miss this. In today's video, BlackRock is giving us the exact blueprint to free your family financially and to make millions. But if you don't follow the long-term strategy, if you don't look at the past and see where they're taking us in the future, you could get wrecked in the short term. So in today's video, I'm going to break down, I haven't seen anybody really talking about this. BlackRock made a big move the last couple of days. We're going to break down how BlackRock is taking over the whole industry. And if we look at history and we pay attention to the future and boom and bust cycles, you could free your family financially. So let's dive right in. On the back end of every video, I break down exactly what I'm doing. So if you make it to the back end, we'll see you then. All right, so let's tap right in. So BlackRock buys Preqin for $3.2 billion in private data push. Money manager accelerating to push into alternative assets. Private markets are the fastest growing part of asset management. So BlackRock will acquire private capital database provider Preqin for $2.5 billion, $3.2 billion in cash, that was euro, as the world's largest, this is key, largest money manager accelerates its push to become a major player in alternative assets. Okay, so let's check out Preqin here. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is this is super important because the public and private sector are coming together. Private equity is massive, so that's part of our portfolio. An example of private equity is we're heavy into Ripple pre-IPO. I'm in SpaceX pre-IPO. I use Link2. That's an example of private equity, and private equity is where a lot of the money is made, right? So private equity is where a lot of big money is running to because the regional banks are a liquidity crisis. We're heading into a sovereign debt crisis, right? And remember, all money in the system is debt. But if we pay attention to where they're going and where they're moving to, we can start to look at the next cycles that are coming. So crypto is the big one right now. Now we're going to be heading into AI. There's going to be an AI cycle. And then now we're going into infrastructure, which we're going to pay attention to heavily as we study this stuff. Okay. So they're purchasing Preqin. You'll see it right here, BlackRock to acquire Preqin. So not only are they going to be the biggest in the crypto space, they're going to be the biggest in the private equity space or private money space. They also were tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2006 to 2008 to balance out the markets, and they're tapped by the Federal Reserve to balance out the markets in 2020. BlackRock also, Larry Fink, this gentleman right here, sits on the board of trustees for the World Economic Forum, and his job is to move the mission and purpose forward. So you're going to hear a lot about ESG, infrastructure. Okay, so there's a whole new wave. Now remember, they have to start monetizing debt again, but how do they make excuses to monetize debt? Is policies like building new roads, infrastructure, technology, right? The new, a new way of doing business, AI, things like that. So infrastructure is going to be really important. So we need to pay attention to what he's saying here, but they're going to need AI technology. They're going to need blockchain to do all of this. Listen.
We believe infrastructure is only at the beginning of a real major asset class. There are some structural demands that are going to increase the issuance of more and more infrastructure. I've said for all along, and Bloomberg has been talking about that for a number of years, that deficits matter. It's going to be harder and harder for countries to continue to deficit finance. And at the same time, there's a giant need to rebuild and build out infrastructure, whether it is the digital infrastructure as we are all trying to become more engaged with AI and other forms. We have a decarbonization process. More and more countries are more interested than ever before in energy independence. And one of the ways in countries that do not have available hydrocarbons, they're going to be doing it through wind and solar, maybe other forms of decarbonization.
Okay, so we'll stop right there. I'll let you go watch the full video. So did you hear what he said? AI, decarbonization, we're going into technology, right? So the people I'm really paying attention to in a long-term horizon is where they're taking us is Elon. I got into SpaceX pre-IPO. I'm in Ripple pre-IPO. Ripple, to me, is one of the most innovative companies that's going to take the whole financial system into the future. BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world with 10 trillion under management. That is bigger than most countries' GDPs. Think about that. That gentleman is the largest financier in the world, if that's even the largest banker in the world, right? So they're an asset manager. So they take people's money and they invest in companies. Well, we know all the deep connections. Coinbase selected by BlackRock to provide Aladdin clients, Coinbase selected BlackRock, provided Aladdin clients access to crypto trading and custody via Coinbase Prime. So they're using BlackRock's sophisticated AI trading platform, Aladdin, with Coinbase. That's why I know Coinbase isn't going anywhere. Coinbase to provide key infrastructure for BlackRock's tokenized investments fund, which is called Build. And there was another breaking news that came out with BlackRock. This is it right here. Prime broker Hidden Road adds major crypto exchanges, expands use of BlackRock's Build token. Okay. So Coinbase is the holder for Build, right? And BlackRock is they're also the holder for their assets as well. Now you got Prime Broker, Hidden Roads adds major crypto exchange, expands use of BlackRock's Build token. Hidden Roads is now integrating with Coinbase, International Exchange, OKX, Bitfex, Asian Next, I can't pronounce that word, sorry. In addition, the new crop of exchanges, liquidity providers BTCT, IMS, and Laser Digital, and software vendors Talos and TT have also joined the Hidden Road. Hidden Road, a global credit network for institutions that includes trading in digital assets, said it added a clutch of major exchanges to its prime brokerage platform. It also expanded its use of BlackRock's Build token by accepting it as collateral across the networks. Okay. So if we dive deeper into this, we know this already. This guy, they shot into the #1 spot. Comment down below. The Capital? I've been diving into them to see who they are. They kind of came out of the woodworks. I don't remember seeing them in the #1 spot. It used to be Vanguard and BlackRock. So we need to dive into Capital International Investors and see who they are and who they're connected to. But BlackRock went to #3. So BlackRock and Vanguard are the top 3 largest asset managers, largest holders of MicroStrategies. That's what I'm trying to say here. MicroStrategy is the largest holder in Bitcoin. We know that BlackRock did their Bitcoin ETF, right? And we know that Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Bank of America, they all have access to that ETF, right? They got exposure. We have Larry Fink. Remember, he's the CEO, said that it's used for money laundering. Now he's all bullish on it, flight to quality. You had Warren Buffett, who said that it's rat poisoning, but he is one of his best performing investments is Nubank, which they just linked up with the Lightning Network, which deals with Bitcoin. What else do we got? We can just go on and on and on and on. So if you made it this far, every single video, I tell you exactly what I'm doing, right? So we also have a free book down below as well if you want to see my patterns. But I want to share with you guys. So what I do is I follow these waves of energy, right? So I have an expert team that gives me my signals on what I should do. They set up my exit plans and all that stuff within my community. I'm an expert at studying history. I love Ray Dalio's Changing World Order to predict waves of energy in the future. I do not get emotional about this stuff. I'm not attached to the crypto. I think it's extremely speculative and you can get wrecked big time. So what I do is I saw thousands of people get wrecked. We're coming up on coaching over 9,000 people since 2020, right? We've seen so many people because it's just, if you've never had wealth before, you've never had a large amount of money, your brain kind of malfunctions when it happens. And just like when you go to the casino, right? You're sitting at a roulette table, you throw down $1,000, you make 2,000. You should take the $1,000 that you won, put it in your pocket on the right side, and that's house money, right? But what most people do, they get the adrenaline, they got a couple free cocktails, and they're like, no, I'm going to keep winning. No, you're not. You're not a professional gambler. You're not a professional trader. You're not going to keep winning. You're probably a normal everyday person that's investing in crypto. Please listen to me on this. This might offend you. You're a normal everyday person. Your buddy at the barbershop or your girl at the nail salon or your friend at work told you about this crypto and they're selling you they're going to get rich. And if anybody's saying, hey, you're going to get rich quick, run as fast as you can. It doesn't exist. You have to have a game plan. So just like the casino, if I hit $2,000 on roulette, boom, and I put in 1,000, I pull $1,000 out. I put it in my right pocket, which would be tier 1 capital. So let me explain. So if it goes up, when it goes up from 2024 to 2026, just like I did from 2020, 2022, I'm pulling profits, exit targets. So when XRP gets to $3.70, 10% of 50% of my portfolio. So 50% will never be touched. Let's pretend that doesn't exist. So I'll pull 10% at around $3.70, around $5. I'll pull another 10%, right? All the way up to 100% of 50% of my price targets. If it doesn't hit the top one, I don't exit. I pull it down the risk pyramid. Now I have house money. It's money that I made. It's house money. I pulled the house money. I put mine into insurance. That's what I use. Okay. So I put it into tier 1 capital. I do it for 3 reasons. I like to protect my principal. So I'm protecting my house money principal. I can borrow against it tax-free to buy more assets. That's absolutely beautiful. Richest man in Babylon. And I'm compounding about every 7 years at 10%. I like that. And then at my retirement age, if I don't touch it, I can access it tax-free. Okay. Then I invest more into my companies. I'm going to be buying more cash flow. That's what I've done over the past 6 years, or excuse me, 4 years. Well, yeah, 6 years, 2017. Really since 2020, when I finally got coaching and learned how to properly scale a business. So I'm going to be continuing to buy more cash flow. With the cash flow, I pull it back into the capital markets and I repeat the process. Then we're going into real estate. Now it's a slower process for me because I don't have passion for it, but I know that we're getting into it. So we're teaming up and we're going to start going into real estate for depreciation, appreciation, and a little bit of income coming in, and mostly the tax liabilities. Okay. So that's where we're at. Yeah, this is great. I love you guys very much. You can do this, okay? I know, and I'm gonna continue. So I hope that you'll like, subscribe, comment. But I'm gonna continue repeating the same things over again, because what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. If it gets ingrained in your subconscious mind, it'll become an unconscious activity. Our goal is to free our families during this time. If you get a bunch of money and you buy a bunch of stuff, you're gonna be in the exact same position. If you don't rewire the foundation, you're gonna end up in the same position 100% of the time. It's a 100% guarantee. But if you do rewire the foundation, you read books like Think and Grow Rich, Richest Man in Babylon. I have all these books around me. Secrets of the Millionaire Marilyn, Intelligent Investor, you're going to be okay. So if you do need any support at all, okay, if you click the description down below or you click my social media platform, you're going to fill out what's called a needs assessment. Let me explain to you what that is. The needs assessment will help you meet with one of my qualified team members to talk to you about retirement strategies. Okay, they can explain to you how I do things, but it's about you. Like, what do you need? Where are you at? Maybe you're just starting out. A-okay, no problem. Maybe you're, a multimillionaire. We deal with people that have tons of money and they're trying to, they're in a vertical strategy. They only know how to make money. They don't know how to secure, compound, and grow. We can help you with that. Maybe you're in the middle ground. You're trying to figure things out. It's an absolutely free consultation with my team. Okay. We'll never ask you to send us money. That's not us DMing you proactively about your crypto portfolios. Tons of scammers. It's a free needs assessment to help you with retirement strategy, help you take a deep breath. And even if there's nothing we can help you with, at least you have the conversation and you know where you're at and you know what you need to do to get yourself back on track. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. So that's in the description of this video or my social media platform. Click the link and I'll talk to you on 4th of July. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.